I'm Rebecca and I'm doing my presentation on Banksy. I'm not exactly sure how you wanted me to present this. It wasn't like entirely clear in the criteria that we had to follow, but I'm gonna just do it the way I think you would accept it. So here goes nothing. So Banksy, of course. Okay, this is my intro. Hi everyone, today I'm going to talk about Banksy, who is one of the most famous and mysterious street artists in the world. Nobody knows who he actually is, but his artwork shows up in cities all over the place. In this presentation, I'll go over his background, his art style, 3 of his major artworks, and what his art usually means. Who is Banksy? Banksy is an anonymous artist from the UK. He first became known in the 1990s in Bristol, which had a big underground graffiti scene. Since he hides his identity, we don't have his real biography the way we do with most artists. Even though we don't know who he is, we do know what motivates him. His art often focuses on politics, war, poverty, and unfair systems. A lot of his work criticizes authority and encourages people to question what's happening around them. Banksy once explained that art should be for everyone, not just something you see in museums. I totally agree, by the way. These are some suspects of Banksy. We still don't know who he is, but we do have some suspects, Lots of suspects in this photo. Me personally, I think it could be this guy. But I guess we'll never know. Materials Banksy uses. Banksy mainly uses stencils and spray paint because it lets him work fast. This is important since graffiti can get you in trouble. His style is usually simple black and white figures with one bright color to grab your attention. He was influenced by earlier graffiti artists and by the punk culture in UK, which promoted questioning the government and standing up against injustice. Growing up around street art and rebellion really shaped the way he works. So close up. This looks like a bunny. I think a bunny. I can't really tell. If graffiti changed anything, it would be illegal. Preach. And then this is pretty interesting right here. Very creative, I'd say. Banksy's money piece. One of Banksy's most famous work is Girl with Balloon. It shows a little girl reaching towards a red heart-shaped balloon drifting away. The meaning is usually interpreted as hope slipping away, or something innocent being lost. Banksy sometimes recreates this piece for different causes. For example, he changed the girl to represent a Syrian child during the refugee crisis. This shows how he reuses his images to talk about current events. Close up, very cool. Another famous piece. Well, all of his pieces are famous, to be clear, but he has his money pieces. This is another money piece. Okay. Another important piece is Flower Thrower, which he painted on a wall in Jerusalem. It shows a masked protester who looks like he's about to throw something, but instead of a weapon, he's holding a bunch of flowers. The message is that peaceful actions can be stronger than violence. It's a really bold image because it mixes something aggressive with something peaceful. It also connects to a real-world conflict and how people fight for change. This is amazing. Symbolism. Banksy uses a lot of symbols in his artwork. Some common ones are children, innocence, the future, rats, people, people society ignores or overlooks, police and soldiers, authority and control, hearts or balloons, love and hope. Oh. He keeps the images simple so anyone can get the message without needing an art degree, which you do not need an art degree to do art. Preach. My goodness, look at this. This is so creative. Yes. Yes, Banksy. Comparisons. Banksy is often compared to other street artists like Blake Le Rat, who also uses stencils, and Keith Haring, who created art in public spaces with strong social messages. Like them, Banksy believes art shouldn't just be in a museum. It should be out in the real world where everyone can see it. So as you can see, these are very similar. I mean, come on. It's so obvious he was inspired by Le Rat. Ooh. Yeah. My personal favorite. Okay, I'm gonna explain to you why this is my favorite. Okay, so that piece is my favorite because it just is so creative. Like, the way that Banksy just found probably like the slums of wherever he's at in that photo, and he made it something beautiful and memorable. I mean, who would have thought he made something that someone would think of as ugly into something so artistic, memorable, and creative? I'm truly inspired. I don't know how someone can be born with such creativity, so that is very, very admirable. This is my works cited, as you can see. All right. I hope you enjoyed this presentation. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to submit this presentation with the actual presentation link, but this is my whole presentation. I already said that. Okay. Goodbye now. I hope you enjoyed.